We are Dr. Chris and Dr. Zaan van Tulleken.
And we're tracking down the most awesome,
incredible,
and epic things in the universe!
Come with us and discover unbelievable things
that will blow your mind!
Blow Your Mind will be bringing you loads of top experts and scientists to help you find out more about some amazing stuff. From the Arctic to elephants, spaceships to sharks, and this week it's all about ice. Yes, frozen water.
So, hold on to your brains.
Because here's what's coming up!
We once again explore the icy megalith that is Store Glacier, wonder at the 3D image of the glacier underwater. Just as we're about to leave, Store delivers a parting gift of astonishing scale and incredible natural destruction and beauty. And we look ahead to the next leg of our incredible exploration, the Megaberg.
We've been following Chris's adventure living on Store Glacier in Greenland with a bunch of ice scientists. We've seen some incredibly mind-blowing stuff, like massive ice tunnels big enough to fit 2 double-decker buses on top of each other inside, and divers diving so deep under the ice the water eventually became warmer, and a bonkersly brave glaciologist fixing a GPS tracker to the top of an ice tower. It's been incredible. Find out more about glaciers and icebergs.
Well, today I'll be showing you the next step in the adventure as we leave our glacier in Greenland and set off in search of a megaberg.
A megaberg? Well, that sounds so cool. I bet you were sad to leave the glacier because you'd seen so much there. But going to a megaberg sounds even better.
It does, doesn't it? We were all excited to find the megaberg. But before we left, the team still had a few things to do in their floating science lab, the Gambo.
Aboard the Gambo, our experts are Chris Packham, wildlife and nature expert; Helen Chursky, physicist and oceanographer; Alan Hubbard, glaciologist and ice expert; Richard Bates, geophysicist and ice expert. Their little research yacht, Gambo, had returned to the perilous waters they'd sailed during the sonar scanning that had helped the team to map out the front of the glacier. Chris Packham had spotted something then, an area of water bubbling up that could help them understand the route of meltwater from the glacier to the ice front. They returned to investigate.
This body of water here is very different than everywhere else. There's brash ice everywhere, and yet this is open, it's turbid, and parts of it are boiling. Well, not boiling, but there's a lot of jacuzzi action.
Jacuzzi action, that's a pretty cool word for it. The upwelling plumes, these jacuzzi, I think, I suspect are absolutely fundamental to the processes going on at the ice front.
So Alan believed these plumes or jacuzzis played a part in the formation of icebergs, and the team wanted to find out if they were connected to the hidden tunnels within the glacier. Richard is an imaging expert and joined the team to turn the underwater scan into a 3D image. They hoped this 3D image would have the answers they were looking for, so Richard wasted no time.
What have we got then? This is the side scanning sonar results, but you've transformed them with some software into something.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I mean, if I put that into 3D, you can start to see now.
Oh, so that's just the seafloor?
That's just
no
the
ice.
seafloor we're looking at here
right,
now.
Okay.
So we can put the ice back into that, and there you can see the ice stretching from the north side to the south side of the glacier.
Look at that.
But then round the corner, into that embayment, huge cave.
And this on the south side, here, that's where the plume's coming from.
Exactly. These places match where all that water's coming out.
This was the first time this had been seen. The 3D image clearly showed caves which were the mouths of the sideways tunnels coming from under the Blue Lakes, pumping out millions of litres of fresh meltwater into the sea. These tunnels are the source of the water for the jacuzzis that Chris Packham had spotted earlier. It shows that most of these tunnels come out at the base of the ice, but not all of them.
Is that a cave in the face of the glacier then?
Yes, it is a hole or a cave, or at least a heavily fractured zone in there.
And that's coming up within the face, and that's something very new.
What an astonishing view.
It's lovely, isn't it? You
It's
can really
fantastic.
visualise the fact that this glacier front is not just a big flat wall.
This, for me, is it. Our time on the Gambo has been very well spent. Look at that.
These amazing results caused the team to come up with a new theory about how megabergs are made. Alan now believed that these plumes of water, or jacuzzis, melt the glacier front into horseshoe shapes that form bays, leaving massive headlands sticking out, which eventually break off.
What we're seeing is massive headlands with towering ice above the waterline. They're 100, 120 metres high in places, and that's where we're getting the really big megabergs forming.
There it is. After 3 weeks at the glacier, all the pieces of research now fit together. The meltwater from the Blue Lakes flowing through the moorlands, the speed the glacier moves, the discovery of the undercut, the sea temperature, it all adds up to explain how bergs are born.
That's right, and the 3D pictures are amazing, aren't they? It's fantastic to be able to see these huge tunnels emerge, carry all that water to the sea.
It was an incredible few weeks, but I think we should leave it up to our friend, the physicist Helen Chersky, to sum it all up.
We've seen that huge amounts of meltwater are produced at the surface, and they percolate down into the ice through moulins and crevasses. And one theory was that all of that water flowed down to the bedrock and underneath the ice, lubricating the movement of the glacier as it surges forward. There's a new theory. That water could be taking a different route, through a small number of huge tunnels, and that helps melt away the ice where the tunnels are formed, and so we get these bays. And in between the bays, there are headlands, and those seem to be the bits that break off intact and that form the huge lumps of ice that carry on out to the open ocean as icebergs.
Well, I couldn't have put that better myself, Chris. I completely understand now. The formation of bays leaves these other bits sticking out, and eventually they break off, and hey presto, you've got yourself an iceberg.
That's it, and they can be absolutely enormous, as you're going to see in a little bit.
I suppose the thing is that you never actually know when an iceberg's going to form or carve, so capturing it on camera must be really difficult.
Completely. Every day we'd been hoping that we'd see a megaberg carve, but we hadn't. And then on our last day, just as we were packing for the move, Storr Glacier decided to give us an incredible leaving present. And what a sight. Feast your eyes on this.
Just as we were packing up, it happened. A classic demonstration of the effect of everything we'd discovered.
Oh, wow, look.
Wow.
That's massive.
Just as Alan had predicted, a whole headland started collapsing. It was the most enormous and most violent carving or birth of a berg we'd seen so far.
Just phenomenal.
This was a megaberg to end all megabergs.
That iceberg is a kilometre across.
As the mighty berg rose from the water, you could see a line in the ice toward the left-hand end. The line separated the ice that was above the water on the left and the massive amount of ice that was below the water on the right.
So there's a wave of kind of fractures going along the top end of it, so all the stuff that was the cliff is now just crumbling. And that's the first time the water in that has seen the light of day for thousands of years.
We talk about glaciers as like a metaphor for slowness and tedium, but this thing's completely alive.
That's one of the biggest bits of natural destruction I've ever seen in my life. That was fantastic.
The glacier had given us an amazing leaving present, a megaberg. All of the things the team had learned so far was demonstrated before their very eyes.
And now that I've seen all of what's going on to produce just one iceberg, all of the things that happen behind the scenes, if you like, watching an iceberg carve is a much richer event.
I've been trying to measure these things in St. Paul's cathedrals, but I wouldn't know where to start. I wonder where that iceberg will end up. Where's it going to drift to? Where's it going to finally melt? Where's it going to be when the last little piece, the size of a golf ball, melts and becomes part of the ocean? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wow, I just don't know what to say. That was so incredible.
It was indeed an awesome sight. To be honest, it was amazing being there at the time. But these camera shots are astonishing. I think they really capture the moment brilliantly.
You know what I'm going to ask, though, don't you?
I think I can guess. Could it be that you want to see it again?
Who wouldn't?
Not many people wouldn't, I don't think, and I'm not one of those that wouldn't want to.
Do you want to see it or not?
Yes.
Run the VT, guys.
That was absolutely amazing. It was a massive amount of ice, creating an absolutely enormous megaberg. I love to see it when it just reared up out of the water and created such gigantic waves. Really incredible.
That was even better the second time around, Chris. That was absolutely awesome.
It was awesome. I was genuinely in awe of nature, and so was everyone else watching.
What a brilliant leaving gift from Storr Glacier. It's a shame you didn't have much time to hang around and appreciate it, but I guess you all needed to finish packing and head off to the Megaberg to carry out more icy experiments.
Right, but packing wasn't quick. It was a massive logistical operation to move everything. We had tons of equipment to take from the glacier and get to the iceberg.
So did you need to find an iceberg big enough to land a jumbo jet on to get all the kit there?
Lausanne, we didn't take a jumbo jet, but it was still a big, big job. And before we go, I thought I'd give you a little teaser, a little flavour of what lies in store next time when we get to the iceberg.
Ooh, nice one, Chris. I'm looking forward to this.
Next, we headed for an absolutely gigantic island of ice, an enormous Arctic megaberg, a huge piece of ice the size of a city, an absolute wonder of the natural world.
This is super, super hard ice.
The science team were determined to discover what happens to an iceberg out at sea.
Beautiful.
And to understand the forces that cause it ultimately to melt and disappear.
And it looks entirely without life, an inhospitable lump of freezing fresh water floating in seawater.
It's just a stunning sight. I've never seen a single piece of ice that is this big. It's absolutely amazing sight.
For 2 years, this berg had been the single biggest object afloat in the northern seas. It even had a name, the Petermann Iceberg. Whilst on the iceberg, we had huge challenges to overcome.
It's falling here.
From facing the biggest land predator to surviving in one of the most unpredictable environments on Earth.
Whoa, that just looks unbelievably exciting. I can't wait.
We're going to have to wait, Zahn.
Okay then, I will wait. I want to see what happens on that berg.
Okay, well, make sure you come back to see things that will blow your mind.